My back porch had become a place where everything landed, random furniture, clutter, and everything that didn't have a home. But today, I am transforming it into a warm, welcoming space that makes guests feel invited the moment they walk in through the door. The first thing that I did was clear out the entire space. I needed to have a nice blank canvas to begin my projects. Here I decided, you know what? We need to be more organized and we need a fresh start. So I decided to go to my local hardware store and purchase some paint. For this messy door, I got this Magnolia white paint for $4.99 at Ollie's. And I spray painted the entire front porch screen door, the window you see there, and some of the windows. In the process, the windows here, one of them broke, and even the middle section here broke. So I'm going to take some wood glue and add it right there in that crack section, and then clamp it down and let it dry. It dries in about 10 minutes. This is for indoor use, but you know what? It's our covered porch, so it is fine. And once we get the proper angle, I'm going to take a clamp it down, and let it sit until it fully dries. Meanwhile, here is hubby getting the glass all ready to be cut and be placed in place. So this is the perfect opportunity to switch out our windows for our screen windows instead, so we don't have to deal with this glass. Now that our windows and doors are dry, we are going to tackle this wall right here. I'm going to keep it white, but we're going to give it a nice cleaning first. So I'm going to take my broom and then just brush any dust off of it and wipe it down and prep it for our paint. We will be using some of this Valspar Storm Coat exterior paint from Lowe's in the color white. We're going to give it 2 coats. I started first with my rollers, you see there, but then that was not really painting my little edges of the side in here. So I keep alternating between the brush here. You see me going through the brush. I'm doing all those areas hard to reach first, and then I'm going to come in with my roller to finish up the rest, and I gave this a total of 2 coats. And here with dust you can really see the difference, but it is nice and white. Then we are going to tackle this other section right here. There was some paint peeling here in the bottom, so I'm going to take my little putty knife and scrape off all those areas and remove any loose paint. And then I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything down and make sure that the entire surface is dust-free. I started by brushing everything with my broom, and then I came in and wiped everything down with a cloth. Then I put some plastic down on the floor, and I'm going to take the same exterior paint that I used for the opposite wall and cover that rectangle along with the frames of all of the screen doors. I guess just say screen windows, not screen doors. Here, I'm not being very, careful with where I am putting my paint. I'm making sure that I have nice coverage, especially in those edges in which I had to scrape the paint off. And we are going to be sure to give both of these squares about 2 coats of paint. And I did the same thing with the ones that are opposite on the other wall. And I will also be repainted the frames of all of the screen windows. Once I got here to where the screens were, I took an old menu and I'm just going to use it to cover my screens. And then that way I was able to get very close to the wood section, so I'm able to truly paint everything here on the edges without ruining my screen. Even though the screens will be changed soon, but hubby wasn't feeling so well to do it, so we are going to leave that for a future project. And here we are with all of the screens and our rectangles in the bottom completely covered. Now it's time to paint all the gray areas back to gray. We will be using this Valspar Ultra in semi-gloss and in this gray color. It is called Chrome. And you can find it in Lowe's. And I painted everything as you see there. Look how sharp and beautiful that is looking. I cleaned my floor, polished it, and now we are ready to move on to our little projects within this. We are going to start with this little trunk. I got this from a local thrift shop for $0. Although the price tag here says $4, it was in the free section by the time I got to it. So I only paid $4. We're going to remove the tag off of that, give it a good cleaning with some of this routine clean from Dollar Tree, and then we are going to use this spray paint It's Ultra Matte from Rust-Oleum, paint and primer, and we're gonna give it 2 coats. Then I took that bench I had in here, this little thing, for $5 from Five Below some years back. We're gonna go ahead and remove the tag of it using my little putty knife. We're gonna scrape it off and then clean it with some routine clean from Dollar Tree. And here it is, all nice and clean. Now we're going to give it 2 coats with our ultra black spray paint from Rust-Oleum. It was looking sharp, but you can still see where the tag was, so I gave it another 2 coats right on the top only. Now we're going to work on this beautiful bench. We got this from our father-in-law. He made it for us when we just got the house, so it's now time to give it a little facelift, and I painted it white with the same exterior paint we have been using for this project. For years, I used this cushion on this bench, but it was so ugly. Look how stained it was and everything. And guys, this bench was yellow and blue. I just began spray painting it sometime last year and never finished. All right, so we're gonna spray paint this using this Rust-Oleum outdoor spray paint for fabric. And I gave it about 2 coats. It didn't work that great, so I ended up doing it 2 more times. All right, now let's put this room together. I brought in these 2 pieces now that they were nice and dry, and I put on my window treatments right here onto our screen doors. And if you're enjoying this so far, please don't forget to hit that like button. All right, so now that that is out of the way, we put the bench in here and then took the bench cushion. Once that was nice and dry, we're gonna go ahead and position it right there onto our bench. Look how cute. Then I took these pillows that I got from Walmart. I got them about 2 years ago on clearance for $3 each. These are outdoor and they are beautiful. And it's perfect with the theme in my home. I'm going to place one on each side and then one right here in the middle. Look how beautiful. I love pillows. Do you love pillows too? I have them everywhere in my home. I love the cozy charm they have. Then I took this palm tree that I had here for some time now, and I'm going to place it in the back of our bench. The window to our bathroom is right there. So I'm just thinking of this with as a little bit of, what do you call it? Privacy, but it wasn't quite as tall as I thought, but there we go. Maybe I'll put something there later on and make it be higher up. Then I'm taking this hanging basket that I made in a previous video, and we're going to hang it right here onto a hook that I have there on the ceiling. And I'm really loving that beautiful feel that the greenery is giving this space. Now I'm going to take this other hanging light lantern kind of thing that I made also. And these are all battery operated Dollar Tree lights. And they kind of look like fairy lights inside. And I put it right here in the corner. And I love that. I love that feel. Then I took this other DIY that I did on a previous DIY also. It has another battery operated candle in the middle. With this one, you can put a real candle if you like. And we're going to place that right here on another hook that I have there. And that's right next to our door. And I thought it was the perfect inviting little touch right there to guide visitors and invite them right in. Then I put 2 sterno candles, one in each one of the side tables right here. I made them with 2 Dollar Tree balls and some rope. And I just added some sand and stones and sternos in the middle. You could use a real candle or even some tea light candles if you like. Then I place a welcome mat from the Dollar Tree right here. And that is it. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think? And all of the items here, they are our previous DIYs. So if you want to know how to make any of the hanging fixtures here, I will link them in my description box below. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so you're notified each time I upload a new video. All these things are free and they mean the world to me. Thank you so much. And let me know where you're watching from. I love to know how far my videos are reaching. And here it is, all at night. We had some rain, so this is some natural sound effects. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, here are a couple more videos you are sure to enjoy. Thank you so much for stopping by. You're amazing. Bye.